What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing amazing. My name is EQ, and welcome to another episode of Crypto News with Stonkaholics. So today we're going to be going over the Bitcoin stabilization after a nice little sell-off that they went through. We're also going to be going over the options traders in Bitcoin that are expecting a very bullish April, and we're looking at 80,000. A new NFT platform returns power and autonomy to photographers. NFTs seen as investment opportunity by VCs. Theta Mainnet launch date was pushed to June, which triggered a 25% drop overnight on the Theta tokens. We're going to wrap up this episode with Solana ecosystem, who raised $40 million in strategic investments from OKEx and MXC exchanges. Before we dive into the video, if you guys could please throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, do all of that fun stuff, I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get it on. Alright, so Bitcoin stabilizes after sell-off, resistance seen around 56,000. For now, Bitcoin continues to hold a long-term trend support above 50,000 with a lower support around 42,000. So we had around a 10% sell-off in Bitcoin during the Asian hours, but that's stabilized now. And Bitcoin continues to hold a long-term trend support above 50,000 with lower support around 42,000. We'll break this chart down together real quick so you can see here, this is where the trend was broken and the downtrend started. But in terms of the retracement areas on the fib, you have the 0.5 and the golden number. So this is what they're essentially talking about with an initial support zone, and the lower support zone is going to be down here in the 40s, but I don't think it's going to go that far. Taking a look at the RSI, you can see we're getting support on the oversold area and another support going green. So we're looking for this one to take a nice little march back up for now. Hopefully it is going to break this area, but don't be surprised if you see it come up and hit this line and come back down again and retest somewhere around the 56 to 58,000 area and then come right back up. So with that in mind, Bitcoin options traders positions for gains to 80K in historically bullish April. As a lot of you know from watching the other video, the options are going to be ending tomorrow, so that's why you saw another dip in Bitcoin, which a lot of people are going to be buying their contracts back, and typically leads to a very bullish April for Bitcoin in general. Options traders are betting that this year's price rally, which paused in recent weeks, will resume in April, which is historically a strong month for the market. Among options listed on the dominant Dermot exchange with an April 30 expiry, the most common open position is an $80,000 call. So again, it's talking about the expiry on Friday. If that expiry comes and goes without any major price fluctuations, the bullish bets for April would come into view. A call option gives the purchaser the right but not the obligation to buy the underlying asset at a predetermined price on or before a specific date. Essentially, it's a bullish bet on the underlying asset. So you can see here the options by strike, and you can see the max pain threshold. If you watch the other news video, we went over the max pain a little bit. So theoretically, the 80,000 call represents a bet that Bitcoin would settle above that level on April 30th. That doesn't necessarily mean the buyers of the 80,000 call option are anticipating a rally above that level by the end of April. Traders often purchase deep out of the money calls even when expecting a moderate bull run because they can gain significant value as price rises, yielding handsome returns on small investment. Here's Bitcoin's monthly returns since 2010. And you can see April from 2017, 18, 19, and 20 have been massive months. So yeah, keep an eye out on Bitcoin. If you guys are in it, good luck. New NFT platform returns power and autonomy to photographers. Copyright infringement and high commission fees have been problematic for photographers for years. A new decentralized NFT platform is addressing this. This is going to be big. I can feel it already. A new DeFi NFT platform is vowing to give back power and autonomy to photographers, enabling them to prove ownership of their work and avoid the hefty commissions that are charged by major online marketplaces. The team behind Unique Photos says the site has been built in response to the challenging environment that experienced photographers face. Copyright infringement is a widespread issue, and the proliferation of third-party platforms has made it increasingly difficult for professionals to secure and control their income. Launching in May 2021, the permissionless marketplace is the next milestone in the creation of an ecosystem that is tailored to creative industries. As reported by Cointelegraph, this journey began with the launch of Unique One, which is designed to make it easier for artists to mint their own NFTs. So how Unique Photo works is that it's designed to be managed by the community it serves, and the ultimate objective is to ensure that the platform's users eventually become owners. The founders believe blockchain technology can solve some of the biggest problems that modern photographers face, facilitating peer-to-peer transactions in fair terms. Photographers who sell their work in NFT form receive payments instantly and no longer have to wait for periodic payments from traditional outlets. NFTs can also ensure that photographers continue to benefit for years to come, as they will continue to receive revenue if their creations are sold in secondary markets. The global demand for digital photographic images will only increase. An estimated compound annual growth of 8% would seem like great news for photographers if the playing field were fair. But poor profit margins, theft, and breach of license leave photographers with the short end of the stick. Overall, it's hoped that the platform will play a game-changing role in copyright assertion, delivering an immutable record to protect photographers and buyers. Right now, most photographers lack in time, money, and legal power that's needed to hold those who engage in copyright infringement accountable, but Unique Photo wants to change all of this. Photographers will likely have the ability to control their own commission, the royalties they receive in the future, and any licensing terms that are associated with the image. This will make it easier for buyers to understand how they can legally use a photograph, making it clear when images cannot be used commercially or are forbidden from being altered in any way. So the team behind Unique Photo and Unique One says their mission is to provide exciting opportunities to those who are new to blockchain. A user-friendly environment has been created for photographers that powerfully shows how easy it is to mint their work as an NFT. From here, they can explore innovative and creative ways to increase revenue, introduce their photography to new audiences, and become an early adapter in a space that's continuing to gain momentum. One small concern surrounding NFTs and blockchain technology has been linked to rising gas fees on the Ethereum network, prompting fears that this can make the process of minting and selling a token too expensive. Unique Photo is addressing this by initially being built on the XDAI chain, so photographers can create their non-fungible tokens at a fraction of the cost. From here, it will move to Sora. Wow, okay, so DAI and Sora, keep an eye out on those. We'll definitely be covering those soon. With big brands and everyday consumers beginning to discover the full potential of NFTs, there's a hunger for content that creators have an irresistible opportunity to satisfy. NFTs seen as investment opportunities by VCs. The NFT sector is rapidly growing, with NFT marketplaces seeing a huge increase in volume. Investors and analysts explain what's coming next. According to the data from Masari, the NFT marketplace sales grew by 2,882% in February. It dwarfed the increase in monthly sales volumes in any given month throughout the past 3 years. The fast growth of the NFT market follows high-profile auctions of non-fungible tokens led by Sotheby's and other recognizable brands, such as Time Magazine, which is planning to auction 3 NFTs in the coming month. So you can see here the growth by month. This was the biggest growth it had before. And then you had a 13% to a 36% to a 53% to almost a 3,000% within a month. And that's Zora leading the way. Zora was just mentioned in the other article. So NFT technology initially caught our attention a few years ago when CryptoKitties famously clogged the Ethereum network and became a huge topic of conversation within the space. The NFT market has now seen significant growth and interest. There are obvious differences with the recent surge in popularity. NFTs are yet to see proper mainstream adaptation and observe awareness from casual investors. However, Datic noted that the improvements in the user interface, accessibility, and user experience will be the components that catalyze the next impulse wave of growth for the NFT sector. So here's a little bit of the layers and these stacks on NFT. You can see the bottom with Ethereum, getting to the layer 2s and side chains. This is going to be Engine right here. Now you have the NFT issuance protocols. That's where Zora comes in. Now you have the NFT financialization protocols, which is the highest level. And then number 5, which would be the aggregators, where you're actually having the wallets, the exchanges, and all of the open marketplaces. Moonrock Capital has recently incubated an NFT project for the first time in its history after years of focusing mostly on investments in the Web 3.0 space, indicating the rise in demand for NFTs. For instance, Pokemon, which we've covered already, a new NFT platform on Polkadot, saw Morningstar Ventures, Ascensive Assets, and Divergence Ventures participate in the seed round, funds that typically invest in Polkadot space and Web 3.0 related DeFi protocols. In recent months, NFT-focused funds that have also emerged, indicating serious interest in the NFT market. And then it talks about the mainstream investors that are getting to NFTs. If you guys are into NFTs, you probably know Gary Vee. I've been following him since 2010. I'm a marketing person, so he's one of my big inspirations to keep going forward. But he has a ton of videos and information about NFTs, so definitely peep Gary Vee. There are more than 3 million NFTs for sale, and sales volume on top of the sources has grown over 400 times a year over year to more than 100 million per week. NFTs are breaking out to more mainstream audiences and represent an entirely new ecosystem based on the digital ownership. And where we see NFTs going into the future, if the trend of global brands creating their own NFTs and issuing them through marketplaces and third-party distributors kicks off in a big way, this will set a new trend in the NFT marketplace that could take it to actual mainstream adoption. And if that happens, we're really going to see boom. Going on to something that everyone was wondering about, Theta. Their Mainnet 3.0 launch date pushed to June. They wanted to add more additional time to conduct a more thorough code review, and testing was important. So crypto-powered esports streaming app Theta's Mainnet has been delayed until June. The company stated that its development team is still working to incorporate some building blocks for a non-fungible token or NFT marketplace for the Theta Mainnet 3.0. They are also working to ensure that the network functions when scaled to more than 100,000 elite edge nodes. So Theta is going to be pushing the launch date from April 21st to June 30th. While delays are never ideal, we think this change is the prudent way forward to ensuring a successful Mainnet 3.0 launch, says Theta. So yeah, they're going to be focusing and building out an NFT marketplace. Due to a sudden boom in the space, Theta aims for its elite edge nodes, which tokenize internet bandwidth, to become a decentralized storage space for NFTs by establishing cross-chain bridges between its own network, the Ethereum network, and others. In lead up to the Mainnet 3.0 launch, the protocol's native token Theta has surged significantly, rising by more than 450% from $2 to $11 between January 1st and the time of publication. The token has even outperformed Bitcoin during its current bull run. But with that comes this information. Theta sinks 25% overnight after mainnet delay. Lost a quarter of value in a flash dip following delay of mainnet launch. So this is why you saw a huge dip in Theta. Of course, if you are in a Discord group or on the Twitter, I posted about the total market cap and how they had a head and shoulders on an all-time high, and that I was saying that the price was going to go down and push the whole market down. So on top of that, Theta had to deal with this, and that's why they went down 25%. Forming one half of a two-token system, Theta's sister token Theta Fuel also recorded significant growth during the last 3 months. Theta Fuel price surged almost 2,000% since January 1st, but by Thursday morning, it had lost a quarter of its value, dropping 25.6% overnight. Notably, 4 hours after Theta and Theta Fuel had each lost 25% of their values, both were subject to a sizable bounce, regaining 17 and 20% respectively. So still very, very, very bullish on Theta. Last but not least, Sol ecosystem raises $40 million in strategic investments from OKEx MXC exchanges. Over 50 market-ready projects have launched on Solana over the past month. The new capital infusion will accelerate growth and the development of key projects. The Solana Foundation grants program behind the Solana high-performance blockchain has inked partnerships with crypto exchanges OKEx and MXC to launch 2 strategic investment funds designed to fuel the ecosystem's expansion. The 2 funds, which are collectively valued at $40 million, will help Solana bring more of its DeFi applications and protocols to the market. OKEx's contribution comes by the way of the Block Dream Fund, which was founded in February 2021 with $100 million in starting capital. Funding in OKEx will go towards Solana's international marketing endorsement efforts. An executive at MXC Exchange, an Asian spot trading cryptocurrency platform, explained that the Solana partnership ties in naturally with our vision and market position. Solana says over 50 market-ready projects launched on its platform last month, including DeFi apps and NFT markets. Sol is looking to draw more DeFi actors to its networks as competition with Ethereum, the premier DeFi builder protocol, heats up. In pursuit of that goal, the project recently announced $200,000 in seed funding as part of a DeFi hackathon. And as of Thursday morning, more than $61 billion have been locked into DeFi projects, according to the latest industry data. So NFTs and DeFi are coming out as the top dogs right now and have the most noise and making huge booms. So those are going to be the ones that I'm going to try to focus on the most, so you guys stay up to date. And that about wraps it up for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Crypto News. Hope to catch you on the next episode tomorrow. Bring you all the latest information. Make sure to subscribe and like to the channel.